Let's do a scissor sharpening tutorial. How do you know if you need to sharpen your scissors? A good trick is to take some sort of thin tissue paper, spray it wet, make a cut and see if the scissor snags or not. As you can see, this one snags, but this one just cuts as it's supposed to. You can also check with the cotton if you tear the fibers apart a bit, so that you only have some thin strands. The dull scissors will have problems cutting this, whereas a sharp scissor can do it easily. So that's how you test the sharpness. It can be easy and it can be hard to sharpen scissors. I'm going to do it on these ones as they are dull, but I also think that this is a good starting scissor. The reason is that the edge is flat and long and broad and easy to see. It's the exact same method for these scissors, apart that I would take them apart. But as you can see, this edge is much more narrow, so it will be harder to sharpen. Some edges might also be curved, so make sure to really check the edge. I've also heard, but not seen this, but I've heard that some hairdresser scissors don't really have a flat edge, but they have a curve all the way around. And I would not sharpen that type of edge with this setup. I'm going to start with Shepton Glass 1000. I'm not sure if this is a good place to start, but I don't want to make it too difficult. I think it's more important to try things. So how do you sharpen on a stone? Well, it's not that hard. You have a flat surface, and you're supposed to place that surface flat on the stone. Once you have it, it's just to sharpen. What can be difficult here is that you might wiggle around a bit. And as you can imagine, if there's a curve to the scissor, this will be even harder. But we'll start with these ones. And there I have a burr, soft steel, so it goes quickly. Let's take the other half of the scissor. And there we have a burr all the way. When you're going to deburr, look carefully, because this is the hard part. You do like this. Now it should be sharp. Of course, you could spray it down and check to see how polished the edge is and if it's consistent. But let's do a little cutting test. Yeah, it's sharp. Let's check on the cotton as well. Some fine strands here. And it cuts through. Done. The materials used for this sharpening is a stone holder, a piece of wood, because I need to get some elevation due to the angle of the scissors. And I have the silicone baking mat. Usually I sharpen over my sink, and then I don't need all of these things, but yeah, I need it when I sharpen here. So before I end, how high in grit should you go? Well, I don't know. For this cheap IKEA scissors, I'm done with 1000. I don't really care. For my hair scissors, I use them for my mustache and my beard, and I've been sharpening these to 8000 grit. Some people say that you might want a rougher grit, because that will help the hair to catch, but I've never had an issue with it. But why don't you try? Start with 1000. If it doesn't work, increase to 3000.